To say the Celtic fans are not happy with the statement their club has made would be an understatement, and now Chris Sutton has come out. He doesn't think the statement was a good idea either, and I think it's fair to say that the Celtic board have scored an own goal. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Yeah, this statement is not going down well. It didn't go down well with the fans, and it's not went down well with Chris Sutton. Sutton. And some of the other pundits who have had a negative reaction to this statement, the over 1,000 word statement that, to be honest, was majority just a bunch of drivel, wasn't it? Like it was a bunch of excuses when really they could have summed it up. It doesn't really matter what direction the board wanted to go down with their statement, whether they wanted to take accountability or whether they wanted to make excuses and blame UEFA regulations, or whether they just want it to be bold and say, look, we don't need to spend any money, we don't want to get it right up these. The board could have took any route, any avenue they wanted to, and it could have just been a simple tweet. 144 letters, 144 characters. I actually think you're allowed 280 now. But the point is, it did not need to be this 1,000 word statement that basically said nothing.
Somebody says it feels like chat CGP, what was it, GPT? They came in and said it. I don't know why I thought it was C, because it was chat. That's why I thought that. But reality is, right?
Well,
they could have.
Certainly wasn't you that made the statement.
No, it wasn't. Well, see if it was me, I would have just.
Maybe you had to use your big boy words.
I would have just said, "Get it right, Rooney's." That would have ended at that. But no, but
how many words is that? 5, 6.
Nice. I can't be asked counting.
5.5.
My head's gone.
5.5.
They could have just said a 5-letter word. Sorry.
I was thinking shite, but yeah.
I hear shite works too, but I think sorry with a wee full stop.
Sad face or?
No, they can add a wee sad face. Oh, the wee sad face. Oh, we're sorry for winning you all those trophies. Sorry we didn't sign Dolberg.
Yeah, so you can go and check out our video earlier about the fans reacting to it. We've already gave our thoughts on it, but now it's time for the pundits, and we'll start with Chris Sutton, because I mean, he is the main man when it comes to Celtic, and when it comes to Scottish football, it's the Chris Sutton and Chris Boyd show, isn't it?
I think Chris Boyd's probably the only guy that actually liked this statement.
I think we need a show or something. I need a podcast, the two Chris's or something, don't we?
Should they do that William Hill one?
I know you've had shite like the two Ronnies, but we need the two Chris's.
No, but they do that William Hill one, do
I
they
know,
not?
but...
With Naismith.
Aye, Naismith's a boring. I ain't listening to anything Naismith's in. Anyway, right, Chris Sutton said the following on his Twitter. He said, quote, "I'm not sure the club statement was a good idea. Anyone reading that back and thinking it would appease any Celtic fan is misguided." End of quote. And I think Chris Sutton is right. I don't understand how the Celtic board thought of that statement. They came up with that statement. They wrote that statement. They published that statement. And they went to bed. Well, not quite went to bed, but it was posted pretty late. It was close to 9 p.m. at night.
On a Saturday.
So I don't know how they posted that, then went to sleep that night thinking, well, we've done ourselves a good one here. We'll wake up Sunday morning and everything will be alright. That will really be what the fans wanted to read on a Saturday night. I just don't see how that's possible.
It was adding fuel to the fire. That's all it was.
Who gave the green light?
Dermot Desmond? Or was he on his golf?
He was playing golf.
What about Michael Nicholson? Was he watching the wrestling? Was there any wrestling on Saturday night?
Don't know. He
might have been doing, but actually watching wrestling's alright, isn't it? For a Celtic board member, it's if you actually start swinging the golf clubs, according to you. That's when you have to draw the line.
Oh, you can watch as much here. You can travel and spend a shitload of money and be a wee saddle and fly to France and miss the Old Firm game. That's perfectly fine. But God forbid you're a billionaire and you've earned your money and you want to have an 18 holes of golf with Rory McIlroy. That's what makes you a sick son of a bitch.
18 holes, Dix.
That's
we Miguel Prado reference in there, but I tell you what, man, Chris Sutton, he's banged on about it. He banged on about it in May. Oh, Celtic have got the potential to blow Rangers away in the summer.
Didn't happen, did it?
Did not happen. He says they couldn't afford to not replace Kuhn. I mean, who are Celtic going to replace?
And if ever Celtic were going to spend it, I mean, it kind of did make a little bit of sense to be now with Rangers and the 49ers coming in. Celtic could have made a statement, not that, you can have your 49ers board, you can spend your American money, but in reality, we're still the number one team in Scotland. We're the team with the war chest, but they didn't do that. I think it's because they're waiting on the new manager coming in before they before they're willing to part with big funds. I just don't. Again, it doesn't really make much sense. I mean, why give Rodgers a shitload of money for Rodgers to buy Rodgers players when reality is you're going to be getting a new manager at the end of the season, and then he could likely have like £50 million worth of Rodgers signings. It doesn't really make much sense to me. So I can kind of see why they're trying to just get past with the bare minimum up until next summer. Then I do believe if they get a new manager in, I think that's when we will see Celtic spend.
Oh, is that the bare minimum then?
Oh, aye. No,
Do you want to go back into this?
Just because you lost the argument earlier, mate. All right.
I actually saw a few comments saying I was right, so I think you lost the argument. Not that I take everyone's comments as gospel, but I will in this instance.
Yeah, if people don't know what the bare minimum means, then that's perfectly alright.
The bare necessities.
Some people seem to think the bare minimum means a decent result. That's not it. The bare minimum is
What's the bare minimum?
What's the bare minimum for you in life on a daily day?
To no die.
Is it not
if I put anything higher than that, it would be let down, wouldn't it?
Is it not to get up and put a bit of effort in and try in life? Is that not the bare minimum?
That's for fucking losers. Who wants to do that?
Right, okay. Alright, speaking of losers, Michael Stewart.
What do you achieve the bare minimum when you walk out this fucking 12-bedroom mansion?
Aye, and I get my wee bus ticket out and I'm like, here, take me to my work, take me to my slave job. Although it's not a 9 to 5,
I don't think people in a 12-storey mansion, or 12-room mansion, get the bus to work, but if you want to make that claim, then go ahead.
What if you can
rephrase it?
What if you own the bus company and you got a Ferrari engine fitted in it?
I'd argue why you're just driving a Ferrari then.
That's a good point. Right, Michael Stewart, you mentioned arseholes or something, and yeah, he's certainly one of them.
So,
aye, so
he is one.
Yeah, well, this is what Michael Stewart had to say. He said the following, quote, "The statement is an absolute PR disaster. Talk about not being able to read the room. Of course they were under pressure and felt like they had to speak, but they'd have been better just being quiet than coming out with that. At no junction in that statement did the Celtic board actually say, you know what, it's not been as good as we hoped. That statement could have been one word. Sorry." End of quote. And, I mean, I actually kind of agree with Michael Stewart. It's like...
There was nothing.
I mean, it could have been like a 50-50 thing almost, where the board were like, you know what?
We apologise, but there is their reasons.
Yeah, it's like, it wasn't a great transfer window, but here's the reasons for it. Or, we have one hand tied behind our back. We have to abide by UEFA regulations, but still, having said that, there's a couple of more signings. There's a couple of things differently we could have done. It could have been a wee bit better. The board didn't seem to, go down that route. The board pretty much went, well, here, you guys don't know the situation we're in. UEFA regulations, blah blah blah. We did the best we could, and that's it.
Do you think they're going to start pad with Iheanacho? I think he's getting all the penalties. I think that's probably what's going to happen, because he's not going to be able to run up and down the pitch to get the goals. So he's just going to solely be on there to score some penalties. And judging by the last couple of penalty shootouts, they need someone.
They get a lot of them.
No, they do, absolutely. Not against them, mind you, but a lot for them. So we'll see what happens with Iheanacho. But I agree, man. They could have just turned around and said, "Here, it wasn't ideal," but then make the excuse. It was just excuses, but not actually admitting to anything.
Yeah, James McFadden said the following. I mean, they've been better off signing James McFadden, I think, over Iheanacho, but
yeah.
He said the following, quote, "It's not about spending, it's the timing. Getting the players in before you've let the players go is the ideal, but certainly before you play in a Champions League qualifier. The model's been amazing for Celtic over a number of years, but this transfer window's not been good enough, nor the last one." End of quote. So, McFadden, is he spewing the same kind of verbiage that Rodgers was, saying that it's not about the amount they're spending, it's more down to the timing? And that's kind of what Rodgers was saying, that it's not the amount of money that Celtic spend that is the problem, it's the timing of the signings. And, that could be true. It's like, yeah, they brought in Balakashi, or Balakishi, whatever he's called, and they brought in the other guy, what was his name?
Sebastian
Triecki, or whatever he's called. It's like, why couldn't... And just throw,
yes, but what happens?
Yeah, but let's just throw Iheanacho in there as well, right? Even though you don't think it's going to be good, neither do I. But let's just throw those three in there. Those three could have made a difference against Kairat.
They could have.
And had Celtic just did their business earlier, and had they got those three signings in, maybe that extra firepower would have got them over the line, and Celtic right now could be in Champions League.
Could be. What happens though if you sign those three and then they're shite, and you get to the end of the transfer window and the last couple of days Celtic sign no one, and like the last couple of days is dead rather than like a bit of intrigue around a few signings?
Oh yeah, fans are still going to... I mean, if those three players turn out to be shite, the fans are still going to be upset in a few weeks, so all it means is...
What about the argument though that all these players, well, we haven't really seen enough of them, so maybe it could be deemed a good transfer window?
Well, I mean, it could be. Let's say Balakishi, right, and the other guy, the other winger, let's say they both turn out to have similar Celtic careers to Nicholas Kuhn.
There you go.
Would you not consider that a successful window?
It probably would be, yeah. You think you have to consider it.
I think people are just... I don't know what they're really basing the signings on, because we haven't really seen them play.
It's money spent at the end of the day. Honestly, right? See if Balakisha cost 12 million and Sebastian Tanicki costs like 8.5, people would just automatically assume, they're reaching deep into the pockets.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee that paying more money doesn't mean you're getting a better player. Nicholas Kuhn was only, I think he was like 2.8 million.
Yo, it's like last season, right?
I mean, look at Matt O'Reilly.
I know it's ifs and buts, right? But say Arnie Engels cost 4 million and Ida cost 2. That would last season they probably would have been accused of penny pinching as well.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. It's like with Rangers, as much as I'm greeting about spending 8 million for Schmidt, say we signed him for 800k because I think he's not even worth it. But say we did, I'd be sitting here saying,
there'd be complaints.
What about all the money? Igamani money?
Yeah,
the GFD money. Why have we not spent it?
There would be complaints that they've let Dessers go and they've replaced him with like a £800,000 striker. So, yeah, listen, paying more money for a player doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a better player, but it almost buys you more time. It gives the fans a little bit more faith. It gets you a bit more backing.
Aye.
It's like Celtic, for example, that other guy, the Triecki guy they brought in, like you said, right, 5 million. Let's say they paid, instead of 5 million, let's say they paid 500k. The board would be I think the board would be getting even more abuse for the window that they've had.
Oh, of course, yeah, they would.
But just because
it could be better.
Yeah, but there could be a player out there that costs 500k that's better than a player that costs 5 mil.
Yeah,
you just don't know.
Of course, that's
just like Arnie Engels and Shitey Adamadia when they worth the money Celtic paid.
Absolutely not, folks.
And we've seen them bring in like a Matt O'Reilly for 1.5.
It's all about hindsight, man.
We've seen them bring in. I mean, it's early days, but Benjamin Nygren looks to be the best of the bunch.
Yeah. And
he was cheap.
Yeah. And again, if he was signed for 8 million instead of like 2 or like 1.75, the window would just look better. I actually think Nygren's had a decent start. I think Nygren has easily been Celtic's best midfielder this season.
I agree, but because he was on the cheaper side, I don't think they're getting as much praise for that transfer as they would if... I think if Nygren was a £10 million player, it wouldn't make his performances any better, but I still think Celtic fans and fans in general would be looking at him going, oh look, he's looked okay, he's looked pretty good and he's only going to get better. And they'd be more excited about the £10 million signing, but because he only cost 2, it's like they're thinking, well, he looks okay, but at the end of the day, he's only a £2 million. Yeah, he could turn out to be great. He could turn out to be the next Matt O'Reilly. You don't know.
We don't know, folks, but one thing we do know, that statement was pathetic, wasn't it?
Aye. Certainly wasn't a £10 million statement.
Will it be the last statement for the Celtic board this season? In terms of one of these against the fans? I don't think it will be. I think we're going to see a bit more.
We'll have to wait and see. Fans on the board, they're not really in each other. I mean, I don't think they're in each other's Christmas card list right now, so we'll see. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Michael Stewart, Chris Sutton, James McFadden, none of them overly impressed.
Nope, absolutely not. So leave your comments down below. We'll be back later. Scotland Belarus preview. Looking forward to it.